Good morning, 1AC. Today, in my absence, you're going to complete the STAR exam. I would suggest doing that to start just because it is timed, so you can make sure you have enough time for it. You'll be given a 5-point completion grade for this, which is what I always give. So make sure you're spending the time to get accurate data. The data does get sent to the other teachers in the building, so it helps us do groupings and that sort of thing. So other teachers do see this and use this data, so make sure you're doing your best. And then you're going to apply the critical thinking process to a new text, evaluating the limitations and validity of evidence, and determine questions that need to be answered in order to further understand the critical thinking topic. So slide 15 here has directions for the STAR exam. The only thing you need to know for STAR is that you have to log on through Clever. So that is going to cssc.org or to your saved items. Go to Clever, which is how you get onto Canvas, and click on the green R, which is the Renaissance Learning site, and then that'll automatically log you in. If you don't do it that way, you might have trouble getting on. There are directions here in this clip from something I recorded earlier in the year. When you finish that, you're going to read the article, Do Pets in the Workplace Improve Morale? Actual link to the article online is here. However, this was a Regents text, so I just copy pasted it into a document. And that document is under the week 32 slides. So please first take the time to read the article and highlight in green and red again. So green is any evidence that responds yes to the question, red is any evidence that responds no to the question. And remember, the question is, should animals be allowed in the workplace? And I'll add that to this document since it's not there right now. And before, during, and after your reading, consider the reliability and credibility of the text based on the title, author, source, date, and information provided. Just finding my mistakes as I go. And remember, the prompt is, should animals be allowed in the workplace? I'll make that in a different color so that you remember. After you read, you're going to go back to the module and you're going to complete the critical thinking color challenge on your own. So last class we did the Jamboard and you had to add to 2 of the 5 slides doing the critical thinking color collaboration. And I've changed the collaboration to a challenge. So individually you're going to read and annotate the article, Do Pets in the Workplace Improve Morale? Under Module 32 assignments, you'll evaluate the article more closely using the critical thinking color challenge chart. How's that for alliteration? On the next slide. The chart includes 5 different columns, each with a different step of the critical thinking process. So you'll respond to the prompts and you need at least 2 thoughtful ideas per column. So for pink proof, what is the initial reaction to the prompt? Should animals be allowed in the workplace? What evidence supports the reaction? I left that open because you might do your initial reaction or you might do the initial reaction of the author. I would think by now you're leaning more towards the author since we already talked about your initial reaction. And remember, argument is not about your opinion or your reaction. It's about what can be supported by really solid evidence. For mellow yellow, you'll analyze and then come up with any questions you have to follow up that initial reaction. I feel like this orange column is really important, so it's talking about what assumptions can be made, what are the limitations of the information provided, what different interpretations can be made from the same evidence or information, and is the information valid and the evidence reliable? So are there citations? Does it tell where this information is coming from? And then you'll get into your gray areas. So what is unclear or uncertain? And then finally, you conclude, in the blue conclude, was the article useful, what made it useful, or what does it need to make it more useful? Finally, just to see how you know what you know about claims, because next class we'll transition to writing claims. It says, after reading the articles, Why Pets in the Workplace May Not Be as Great as You Thought by Rowan IR and Do Pets in the Workplace Improve Morale by no author. Suspicious. Create a claim that answers the prompt, should animals be allowed in the workplace? Consider the evidence and reliability of your sources rather than your own personal feelings. And remember, your claim should answer the prompt and tell why. And remember, here's your prompt. Should animals be allowed in the workplace? You will be getting a grade for this. So this is, how well can you do that critical thinking process on your own. So please put nice thought and time into it. Make sure your grammar and punctuation is on spot because this is English. And once you finish that, there is going to be, I haven't added it quite yet so you can't see it in my slides, but there's going to be a sample Regents exam. I've already put that link, and I'm going to record another video that talks about the Regents exam. So please, if you are considering taking the Regents exam, please watch that video that I'm going to post. It tells you about the 3 parts of the essay and how your score is determined, or excuse me, the 3 parts of the exam, and then how your scores are determined. And that way on Monday of next week, you can determine whether or not you and your parents can have a better idea if you're going to take the exam or not. Thanks so much.